Setting up your tracking app according to your goals. This is a crucial step when starting your calorie tracking because you want to have an idea of how many calories you should be eating and ultimately macronutrients that aligns with your goals properly. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make are where they put this weekly goal. So you're going to come in here, you're going to see current weight, goal weight, you add those things in, and then weekly goal. And so often I see clients who will choose a weekly goal of lose 2 pounds per week. And then ultimately what that's going to do is it's going to get MyFitnessPal or your tracking app to have you eating way too few calories right off the bat. It's going to set you up for goals that are unsustainable and perhaps a nutrition program that is just makes you miserable. And so we don't want that to happen. At most, you want to lose 1 pound per week as your goal, or set your goal as 1 pound per week. Keeping in mind that 1 pound per week, if you were to keep up with that a year from now, is going to be 52 pounds. So even at a 0.5 pound loss per week, that's still a really good rate of weight loss. And then your activity level, if you're working out 2 or 3 times a week, you would go somewhat active. If you're working out 3 to 5 times a week, you would go active. If you're working out anywhere above 5 times a week and you're relatively active throughout the day, you're not sitting around all the time, then you can go very active. And so from here, you're going to see my goals, and then I'll go back to my diary, and now I have my estimated caloric intake, which is 2,840 calories per day. It's going to be different for each individual based on size, weight, gender, and again, as I mentioned, your goals. With that, also to understand that it's just a guesstimate. So it's just a best guess, so to speak, and you might have to make adjustments to your calorie intake along the way. And then from there, with your goals, what I want you to do is go back in here and you can set up your carbs, proteins, and fats goal. So how do you do so? You're going to see here MyFitnessPal automatically sets you up at 20% protein, 50% carbs, 30% fat. When losing weight, there will be no difference in how much weight you lose, whether you eat more carbs or more fats, so long as calories stay the same. So for myself, I tend to like to eat more fat in my diet versus carbs. So what I will do is I will adjust my fat up, I will adjust my carbs down, and usually I do about a 20-40-40 split. And that just aligns. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how much carbs or how much fats you're eating, but I just make that change because it'll look a little bit prettier at the end of the day with what I end up inputting. My protein is set for me at 142 grams, which is right about around that 0.8 grams per pound body weight, which is the ideal amount of protein to help me maintain muscle mass or to gain muscle mass if I'm looking to gain, but maintain in a fat loss phase. So for yourself, if you struggle to get protein in, you might want to have this number a little bit lower, and then if you can, adjust it as you go. Or you can take your weight, times it by 0.8, and that is the amount of grams of protein you want to be trying to consume on an average daily basis, and then you can line that number up with whatever it is. So there you have it. That is how you initially set up your MyFitnessPal. The next step is to start tracking and then to record your data, analyze your data, and make adjustments as you go.